Getting a little workout in before work this morning and wanted to do the third video on negative operating leverage and what that specifically looks like for us in the dental profession. So see some previous videos if you need caught up to speed on what negative operating leverage is, but it nuts and bolts is when your fixed costs go up and you have a decrease in sales. So a lot of analysts think now that inflation is starting to come down, we're going to find ourselves in this type environment come next year. So, and what does that look like in terms of the dental profession, or how dentists can potentially look at what this environment we're going to be in? Obviously, fixed costs going up, yes, 100% we can check that box. Rent has gone up for everybody. Dental supplies is majorly gone up. Everybody that's ordering from Patterson or Henry Schein or Benco or whoever you're going through, Kerr, everything is up, and it's up substantially. For us, our dental expenses are up at minimum 10% year over year, which is obviously a huge input cost. So, and then we look at labor, obviously wage inflation, which is great, but wage inflation in particular for, I mean, literally every position in the office, in particular dental hygienists, as there's just been a massive shortage, which has led to really big wage increases. So, and we're having that obviously working on fixed contracts, right? So Delta's paying us what Delta's paid us for the last 17 plus years. Anthem's paying us what they have for the last 17 years. So, and I don't expect next year them to increase that at all. Heck no, and those insurance companies, they're probably going to decrease their reimbursement rates. So knowing that we're in that environment, and again, see previous videos, but our consumer savings rate is below 3% again. So if we do have a decrease in patients coming to the office, if we do have a decrease in services provided, while again paying more in rent, paying more in dental supplies, paying more in wages, you're going to find yourself in that negative operating leverage. I really do think now that the M2 supply is decreasing, we're going to find ourselves in that environment. And I think it's going to be something that continues to drive the acceleration of the DSO movement, because again, the margins are going to contract in a major way. There's been a lot of offices that have cut some of the insurances that they're seeing. They're going more kind of a production per hour mindset that works in the front end when you have enough patients to make that happen. However, if you take your active patient base from 4,000 to 5,000 down to 1,500, and then again, your patients start having their discretionary income affected, and they're just not going to the dentist as much as they were in the bull market when there was a lot of money flowing through, and the stimulus checks were going around and all of that stuff. Again, I think it's going to be very interesting. Now, comment down below if you think it's that environment, because again, it's not for sure going to happen. Obviously, inflation has to come down in a pretty significant way for us to kind of find ourselves somewhat in that negative operating leverage. And so some people are saying, again, the labor market's going to stay extremely tight. That's going to help us stay away from potentially this type environment. Rent continues to be high. And again, if we have a big decrease in demand, hopefully that again brings down inflation kind of on its own. So it's going to be really interesting to see where this goes. But comment down below, do you think, again, the stickiness of rent and wages continuing to go up is going to keep us out of the environment that is negative operating leverage based on inflation staying high? Or again, do you think now that we're quantitative tightening and raising interest rates, again, the Federal Reserve raised by another 0.5 percentage point on Tuesday? So comment down below where you guys think this crazy train's headed. But again, keep your head on a swivel because things are moving fast. Comment down below, though, if this stood out to you, because I still do think negative operating leverage is in the cards within the next 12 months.